Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome to episode 49 of You Don't Win Anything with Kids. I'm going to get straight into this because there's a news item that I found incredibly interesting. Bayern Munich want to sign Lars Beckhold, and they are only offering me £89,000 with 30% percentage of profit from next sale. That's getting rejected. He ain't leaving. Has anyone else been offered? Craig Tanner coming in from Reading. No, thank you. I think that was everybody. Yeah, none of those are leaving. Active transfers. Yeah. Definitely rejecting. Definitely rejecting. That's a Mickey take. At the best. Anyway, we do have a match coming up, of course we do, and it's against Boreham Wood, and it's at home. So, I know the other thing I've got to show you. Let's do this first. So we've got 15 players called up for international duty. So we've got players called up for the England under-19s. They're Johnston, Robinson, Cartwright and King. Grant's been called up for the under-19s for Scotland. Federic's been called up for the under-21s for Australia. Bobo's been called up for the under-20s for Brazil. Quintana, the under-20s for Chile. Delamond and Carino and Hogan, McConnor and McGregor have been called up for Belgium, Portugal, Republic of Ireland and Scotland under-21s respectively. Geraint O'Brien has been called up for the senior Northern Ireland squad. Make of that what you will about Northern Ireland. And Klotmus has been called up for the Danish under-21s. The other thing I forgot to show you guys, which I'm going to do now, is what happened in our last match. We won 2-1 away from home against Lincoln, with goals from Cole Hogan and Peter Wilson. You see we've got a few of the old favourites back in the team. Francois, Bobo, Hogan himself, of course. Grant at right back, Quintana back in goal, and Wilson. I'm going to shake things up again for this Boreham Wood match, though. Because, rotation is one of the keys to winning a league title. You have to keep all of your players fit. What's this? Am I going to request that Aldershot versus Jeffries United is postponed? Yes, actually, because I'm going to be missing a lot of players. And same against Welling. Do you know what? No, I'm not going to postpone against Welling. I'm going to play my reserve team basically against Welling. Hopefully I'll have enough players. Right, here we go, finally. We're 3 minutes in and we finally get to see the match. Sorry about that, guys. I was meant to be quick, but there was a few other things that came up that I needed to talk about. Right, so we can't have Klotmus playing and we can't have Jones playing. We haven't got a left back. Okay, in that case, I'm going to raid... Let's try the under-21s first. I did see one just now. Oh, we got Cartwright, I suppose. He can play left back. Yeah, let's do that actually. Let's go back to... Let's do it this way. Go back here. No, not that far. Here. We'll move Cartwright out to left back. And then let's bring Hogan into first... Oh no, not Hogan. He's not very fit. That makes sense. Oh no, that's going to have to be a Hogan. Got no one else. And then we'll have to put Grant on the bench. But I want to bring a couple of players back into the team. We'll have Delamond. He's going to come back in for McConnor. And I was impressed with McGregor in the last episode, so he definitely keeps his place. And I'm also going to bring Bobo in for Marshall. Marshall's done well, but I kind of want to give Bobo another chance because he is one of our best players, and ideally I'd like to keep him, and I don't want to anger him by not playing him very often. So he comes back in, and I'm just looking down the list, and I think that is one more change. I think put Drewson on the bench instead of James. I like for like there. Right, let's play. Oh, balls, I forgot to put Quintana back in goal. Oh well. I promise you guys he will be back in goal for the next match. You know, O'Brien, he's obviously doing well because he's been called up to the Northern Ireland first team. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Although, actually, having said that, he has conceded 2 goals in our last 2 games. But we'll ignore that. Right, Cartwright on the ball to McGregor. Back to Hogan, who seems to be playing very edgy, I think is the best way of saying it. You know, we're not really going for the attack straight away. We're easing ourselves into this one. Beckhold's just skipped past his man. That's a decent ball into the box. And there's Bobo at the far post. And we're 1-0 up. Is he offside? Yes, he is. Okay. That was annoying. That's unlucky. I was about to say that was a brilliant return from Bobo. You know, his first match back. Within the first minute, he puts us 1-0 up. But sadly, I think he just went a little too early. That's unlucky for him. Actually, something else I've just noticed. This radar down here has suddenly got very big. You can see all the players' names and numbers and everything, and that's really good. I'm wondering if that's an update. If it is an update, well done, Sports Interactive, because I was getting a little bit annoyed about the small radar. If it's not an update, then maybe it's just because I've got professional status and you've got players with squad numbers and things like that. But yeah, that's a massive improvement. Going back into the game, we've got Veer on the ball here. Bobo was making a run down the side, but he's now decided to jump inside. That's Beckhold back across goal. It comes out to Bobo. That was unlucky, actually. Yeah, that was unlucky. Bobo's doing well. He's come back into this one on fire, almost. He certainly looks like he's a man on a mission. He's got a point to prove. So yeah, it's good. You know, he missed the last game back because... actually, I'm telling a lie. It's not his first match back because he played in the last match, didn't he? I just told you guys about that. Ignore me completely. But yeah, he did get left out of the match that we played against Salisbury because he was still carrying a bit of a knock. So maybe he feels a bit hard done by that he was left out there. So he is still trying to prove a point. In my opinion, he is a first choice player for me. He can play entirely across the midfield and up front, so there's plenty of options for where to play him. I'm never going to run out of places in which to play him. I was going to say something and I forgot what it was about him now. I suppose just using his versatility. So sometimes he will be playing off the left, sometimes he'll be playing off the right like he is today. Most of the time he will play through the middle. That's my preferred position for him anyway. But then every now and then I might play him up front as well. I might start using a 4-4-2 formation a bit more often as well, because we've got players like Beckhold who can also play up front, and Drewson and James and Francois and both Wilsons, and you kind of want to give everybody a turn without leaving everybody out, if that makes sense. So instead of just having one striker up front all the time and then rotating who it is, you can have 2 strikers up front, and then you can sort of swap one out every now and then. Small, yeah, I was saying about rotating, and it's almost like delegation as well. You kind of want to decide who your best pairings are. So you might have like the Wilson brothers playing up front together, and then you might have like Drewson and Bobo, and then you might have Barnard and Beckhold, and it's combinations. So different scenarios, you could be playing different pairings. Maybe that's a little too technical for non-league football still, but as we're rising up the leagues, it might become more of an essential thing to do, and it might become a bit of an asset of ours as well. I was saying about Cartwright being our only choice left back, and he appears to have picked up a bit of a knock, which is worrying. Hopefully one of the other two, of Klopmas and Jones, will be back soon. Bobo's just had his legs taken out from underneath him, and he's picked up a knock now as well. We have won a penalty, and it is McGregor who's going to run up and take it, and he's put it in the bottom left corner. We've now got 3 players out there on 60-something% fitness, one of which has just scored the penalty, 2 of which we can sub off if need be, one of which we can't because he's our only choice left back, unless we bring Grant on and play Veer at left back. That's an option. I'll probably have a look at that at half time. I think Cartwright and Bobo are definitely both going to have to be subbed off, and then if I do that, I can bring Drewson on and play him down the right. Yeah, that could work actually. That could work. Okay, let's do that. Oh, actually, McGregor might need to come off now as well. Yeah, we'll sort that out at half-time. Let's just do that at half-time. Let's hope we're 2-0 up at half-time. See if we can get a goal in these last couple of minutes. That will make... excuse me. That'll make things a little easier. 3 minutes of injury time. Is that such a good idea? You got a player who's injured, and you wait until half-time to sub him, and then the referee adds another 3 minutes onto the match. Do you think that's a good idea? I personally don't. Anyway, half-time is upon us, and let's make some changes. So, let's see, can Robinson play at left-back? He can. Okay, we'll bring Robinson on for Cartwright. We will bring Thompson on for McGregor, and let's put Grant at right midfield, shall we? Bring off Bobo. Let's see how that goes. Again, I said this last season, we haven't seen enough of Grant. At the point when I made him, I thought he'd be a really, really good right midfielder for us. But then we ended up with players like Drusen and Bobo and Carino and Marshall and Beckhold. Not Beckhold, Drusen. Have I said Drusen? I've probably said Drusen. Anyway, all those guys seem to take priority in the end because I think Grant got injured quite early on in the season, and then the game did this. He got shunted into the under-18s, and I sort of lost track of him. And it was only towards the end of the season where I suddenly thought, where's Grant gone? And I dug through the reserve squads and found him. But up until then, he'd sort of completely fallen off the radar. So it's only fair, really, this season that I give him more of a shot, because he might turn out to be a really, really good right midfielder for us. And the only way to find out is to play him. I can't loan him out because I think he's just turned 16. So I think he has to be 17 before you can loan players out. I think that's right. I mean, no, he's just won that header. He's only 5'9", and he's just won that header. So there's something about him that's pretty good. I'm sure he's pretty quick as well. So if we can get the ball on the ground to him, or even if we play it behind the back four, he could get onto it and have a go. That's Barnard just skewing another one wide. That's unlucky from Barnard. He has these hot and cold moments. You saw he scored twice in our last match. He scored twice in our last episode, I should say. He didn't score in our last match because he wasn't playing. But then he missed a sitter in that last match, and he sort of missed a sitter in this one as well. Oh, that's clever from Grant. That is clever from Grant. That was really unlucky. That was such a good turn. It looked like he flicked it over the defender as well. That was unlucky that he couldn't get the finish. There you go. He's starting to show that he could be useful for us down that right-hand side. How long have we got left? We're just reaching the 60th minute now. I'm just having a look. Actually, our player's fitness is pretty good. The only thing I'm concerned about now is another defender getting injured. I don't mind so much if it's a winger or a striker or even a centre midfielder, because then we can just sit back and defend for the rest of the game. But if it's a defender, we've literally got nobody else on the pitch who can play in defence. Maybe if it was someone like Villa who got injured, we could move Grant to right back and then push Carino onto the right hand side. But anybody else, we're pretty screwed. So far so good though. The other problem I suppose is sending off. If Carino or Hogan pick up a second booking. Thompson's probably going to get booked for that one. Again, it looked like he was just flapping his arms around a little bit, but the referee's obviously seen something untoward. Oh, it's just a warning. Okay. That's not too bad. Warnings are okay. Bookings are a bit harsh for things like that. If you just put your hands on their shoulders kind of thing, it's a bit harsh to book them for that. We've managed to force them back. They've sort of been reduced to punting long balls forward, really. That was a good ball through from Grant to Barnard. Is he going to make the most of it? No, he's going to put it into the side netting. That was another good ball forward from Grant, though. Shots-wise, they've had 1 on target from 1 shot in total. We've had 4 on target from 11 shots in total. Possession-wise, 62-38 in our favour. They haven't completed a single cross. We've only completed 8% of ours, which is bad. That's very bad. 8%. At least with 0%, if you haven't attempted any, then you haven't completed any. But 8%, that's appalling. 8 in 100, that's... oh dear. Okay, Thompson's probably getting booked for that one. That was a bit cynical. I think he just sort of stuck his foot out and brought the guy down. Yeah, that's a yellow card for Thompson. That's our 20-second foul we've committed. I might need to look at that. Maybe tell our players to stop being so aggressive. You're on a knife edge with that though, because you can go one way and be aggressive, like Delamond has just done, and he's probably got himself sent off for that. Yes, he has. Silly boy. Yeah, as I was saying, it's like a knife edge. You can either be really aggressive and get suspensions like that, or you can sit back and not attack, well, not defend as much. I was about to say attack as much. You know what I mean, like get stuck in. And you can end up sort of leaving a gap that they exploit and score from anyway. So, it's a very fine line. It's a very, very fine line. I mean, it says there from Huntington, we're doing well. What does it say? We're doing a useful job in the tackle, but need to cut out the fouls. And you know that's easier said than done. And we're in a tight spot now because Thompson's our only centre midfielder on the pitch now, and he's on a yellow card. So if he gets sent off, then we've just lost both of our centre midfielders. So we really do have to be careful in these last few minutes. Ideally, we want to keep the ball as high up the pitch as possible. In fact, we don't even need to worry about that now because we managed to waste enough time and we've won the game. We've got a few players who look stressed. Villa, Bobo and Carino all look stressed. Beckhold, Delamond, even though he's been suspended now, and O'Brien, they all seem motivated. So make of that what you will as well. It's a bit strange how one sentence, which is all you get from the assistant when he does team talks, one sentence can get a complete opposite reaction depending on who you're saying it to. So you've got some players who are absolutely ecstatic, and then you get some players who are really stressed out by it. It's interesting. Anyway, we've overrun by quite a few minutes, so I'm going to wrap this episode up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have subscribed to my channel, then thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.